boy Blue Gets again, and I'll be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypal Facelift video, and I'll be doing it on S-Force. And this is going to be incredibly short. So let's get started. First off, we have S-Force Ghost Web, and it's a dark link to Cyber's effect. This is kind of difficult to say. It's a link. Is a dark link Cyber's effect monster, and it's a link 2. And it requires 2 effect monsters, including 1 S-Force monster to link summon. And its effect reads: if this card is link summoned, you can add one of your banished S-Force cards add one of your banished S-Force cards to your hand. Hard ones per turn, obviously. And second effect reads: you contribute 1 monster to this card points to negate the effects of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Hard ones per turn. It's permanent, and on top of that, just like with Blade Ogre, you can just tribute a pesky monster your opponent controls. And you can tribute it as cost, which is pretty nice. Like, that effect alone already makes this card worth it, but due to the problems S-Force had, I just felt like including the ability to just add one of your banished S-Force cards to your hand. Also, by the way, I really hate the name S-Force. They should have stuck with Security Force. It's on Cyframe Driver's flavor text, so you might as well keep it. Next and lastly, we have S-Force Wolf Fighters. And it's a Link 3 Dark Beast Warrior effect monster. And it requires 2 plus S-Force monsters to link summon. And it has 2500 attack. Also forgot about that. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can banish one other S-Force card you control or in your hand. Banish all monsters your opponent controls that are in the same column as S-Force monsters you control. Hard ones per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 S-Force monster from your graveyard. Hard ones per turn. And the last effect, which is more or less a condition. This card cannot be used as link material. So at least this way, you can't just send this card to the graveyard as link material just so you can special summon an S-Force monster from your graveyard. So that's just there to balance it out, but at the same time, it also punishes your opponent for getting rid of this card, because then you could just bring this card, you could just summon back your Platina, and Platina can special summon one of your banished S-Force monsters, and basically you could just set up a board just like that, and also just punish your opponent for getting rid of this, because if you don't know about S-Force, they all have effects based on columns, and they basically like to lock your opponent down or prevent your opponent from doing things, or basically punish your opponent for having monsters in the same column as them. And one thing that S-Force like to do, they like to special summon each other. So if they get rid of this card, you can special summon anything in your graveyard, either a Laser Edge or a Platina or a Lapswell, which one time I was able to trigger Lapswell to special summon Platina from my grave, and I used Platina to special summon Gravitino, and just from that alone, I was able to just set up a board and kind of lock my opponent down for like a turn or two. Anyways, that's all I have for the S-Force cards, and I would also like for you guys to tell me what you guys think about them. Also, what kind of archetypes would you like to see me do a facelift video for? Anyways, it's been me, your boy Blue Gansiga, and I'm out.